This is going around too. The sex therapist that is trying to save sleeping with everyone.
Yeah.
So there's this girl. Basically, girls find a way to turn every career into being a prostitute.
Yeah. But they're like, a lot of them are like these figurative prostitutes. This is just literally, she was a escort at the Bunny Ranch. She is a real deal prostitute.
You will have where it's a girl just like, I'm a plumber, and it's like there's a new business where she plumbs naked. Like, there's always something, right?
Of course. But again,
topless shoe salesman,
Yeah, and that's like great.
Zamboni
Nude Zamboni driver.
Nude Zamboni
Fucking
driver.
Nude Bony driver. Yeah, that's gray area shit. She is a legit prostitute.
Yeah, so basically what happens is you go in as a couple, and then she like bones the dude. And at first I was off it, but then I feel like I'm sort of back on board with the girl, because it is kind of one of those things where you just like, your girl's like, I think we should see a therapist, and you go, yeah, we'll both get a couple names together.
She goes, you only have one on your list? It's the only one I could really find that for our needs. I guess.
For our needs. I heard this one comes high.
I don't know, dude. If you're
just walking in with your chick, she sits down, you're already undoing your belt. You're like,
sorry. Oh, right. I got to pay first. My bad. I don't know. This is the ultimate. If your relationship's not going well, you're the dudes proposing this?
We've been talking a lot about microaggressions, but now it's time to talk about macroaggressions.
This is the move you want to do when your relationship's not going bad, and you want to be like, I just want to end it right here, and I'm going to do it with this move right.
Oh, you think it might be a good proposal? Like, you propose this, you're like, I was thinking of the sex.
She's like, what? She's like, you thought our fucking sexless marriage needed me getting you a prostitute? And then you go, oh, what? I guess we should just get divorced.
Girl comes highly recommended.
I mean, that's the highest level of skill required for a move there.
Well, it is. Girls love going to therapy, so it's sort of like something for her, something for you.
I guess. What does she get out of it though? She's like, what is she watching? Is it like a female cuck situation, or?
I think because I think that you can convince girls no, this is regulated therapeutical. It's, you know what I mean? You can get them on board with dumbass shit. You're getting your dick sucked, and she's fucking. Well, if the therapist says,
and you're just like,
you got your thumbs up, yeah. You go. I fucking love therapy. Honestly, I was so wrong about this whole thing. Therapy's awesome.
You know what's crazy is there's probably normal therapists that cost more per hour than this chick who's a prostitute.
Yeah, this chick, how much was she? A couple $100 an hour?
Probably I don't know, but I'm sure.
So what's that gonna run us? $50?
I'm sure there's some therapists who are legit cost more than that.
Yeah, for sure. I get physically involved with the majority of people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. I bet you she tried a lot of other things before this. She was like, I'm a new therapist. Yeah, I tried prostitute. Then I moved on to for a while, I was a key grip that also has sex with the people. and then after that, I was a cashier that also has sex with the people. And then I've moved on to therapist that also has sex with the people.
Worked at a car dealership.
I worked at a car dealership.
I also had sex with the people.
I also had sex with the people. I'll tell you what, ladies, if you want to add sex into whatever you're selling, it's probably definitely going to up your sales.
Sex does sell.
Especially when you're actually giving it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's.
I sell shirts for $35, but when I fucking blow them after, I sell them for $45. I don't know what it's so bizarre, man. This new business model.
I mean, I would love to see if there are women you think really getting tricked into doing this.
It's funny too. She goes, I get physically involved with the majority of the people. I think that's part of the appeal, just part of it though.
Yeah.
You think their therapy skills are the other
Yeah, she also has no qualifications. That's the part too. She's no qualifications. Not. That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, yeah, she probably charges less than an actual therapist. She goes, yeah, she's not a therapist.
she's not a therapist.
She's just a prostitute who has a working voice box. I guess she can speak.
The veteran sex worker, who spent 15 years in the industry. So she's a prostitute for 15 years. She just, she wanted to get out of the game,
Of course.
She couldn't go full clean, though. She's sort of weaning herself off being a prostitute. She couldn't get out of the game scot-free, Do
you think she ever put
smoking to vaping?
Do you think she ever, it was when she was at the brothel and then someone was like, what outfit do you want me to wear? And they're like, can you do a therapist? And then she saw herself in the mirror and she goes, she got the light bulb. She
what
goes,
the fuck?
I have an idea here.
See, perfect.
She goes, they wouldn't take me at the hospital when I tried to be a nurse, but this might just work.
You know what I was thinking? I've been saying this bit on stage, but getting pegged by your girlfriend is the vaping of being gay.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I mean? You're just like, a cigarette? I would never.
Toe in the water.
Yeah, you still got a cylinder in your mouth and a couple beers in you. You start fiending for the real thing. The vaping of being
Not
gay.
me, man.
I'll vape till I
Exit
die.
only, dog.
The veteran sex worker she claims that women have asked her to demo sex acts on their husbands, while some wives grant their eager hubbies a hall pass. Sometimes the eager hubbies get to go solo. So the one guy just can't get enough therapy all of a sudden.
Yeah, he goes, I love therapy.
They said they want more guys to go to therapy. Well, you have it.
They didn't say what kind. I mean, look, if you can convince your chick that it's cool, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's like these sexless marriages when the guy goes and smashes this prostitute and then comes back and like fixes the marriage, and then the chick can kind of look past it.
I mean, if you want, like, listen.
It's like starting a car that's been sitting in a garage for like 30 years.
This girl brought up some pretty good points. She goes, there's people in relationships where the girl is married to the guy and she's not into sex anymore. So the guy... There's scenarios where the guy wants to hit it and the girl's not interested, and and she makes a good point.
Agreed.
Where it's like, well, then what? The guy's just like, you're out of luck, pal. It's like,
yeah,
she's sort of solving that. I mean, again, the therapy has nothing to do with this.
Sure. Again, like he's just like, hey, you won't have sex with me. Can I go see a prostitute?
No.
Like, what?
Can I go see a
therapy?
You hit your girl's head. She goes, what the fuck did you just do?
What'd you do? You go, yeah, I guess a therapist is fine.
I'm very affectionate and physically and emotionally towards the wife always. So she's pretty good. It's basically a prosty that's pretty good at convincing your wife that this is like this is somehow medicinal.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she's worth every penny.
She don't look medicinal. I'll tell you, those photos do not look medicinal.
This girl's worth every penny, dude. Yeah. The mood is elevated, and we have a really good time, and the husband is very grateful for the experience. She's going.
He's like, I can't believe my wife's okay with this.
Yeah. She has a lot of clinical terminology to describe. The guy liked getting blown. This fucking you'd be surprised.
My mind would be set.
Some of these husbands out there. They come in, they're a little nervous, but once I got their fucking rod in my mouth. Actually,
who would have thought? I would think most guys would be like, "This is some kind of trap."
I'm a little skeptical of that.
Go, hey, honey, I want to go to this therapist, and she goes, "Sure, that sounds like a great idea."
I know. And then it's just the two girls, and they point at your dick and go, "You call that a dick?" Like it's just.
He goes, still better than what I had before.
Yeah. They just name and shame you. See, you've just been busted. You thought you could just waltz in here and get free sex. It's a one-way street with you. You go, what? You're just sitting there naked with just your shirt on, Winnie the Pooh. What? Very affectionate to the wife. So she says she's pretty good at getting the wife on board. The self-proclaimed sex therapist denounced unfair women who refuse to fulfill their partner's sexual desires because she knows she don't have to convince the men.
Yeah.
She knows she's got to be like, hey, women, you're being unfair.
Sure.
Well, what happens is, sounds like they go in there and the guy's like, she has a lot of clients where the guy's just like, yeah, one of my big problems is she doesn't want to smash. And then the girl goes, yeah, I'm just not interested in smash. And she's like, I could solve this for the platinum package.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
in a clinical environment.
It
would be weird.
It's a porn set. It's probably like has like those set walls.
Do you think she has a Murphy bed? She presses the button, the bed comes down.
She goes, I have multiple sets. Yeah, it's the only therapist where you need to shower before you go. She goes, you just hop in the shower first? You go, probably don't have to shower before my therapy.
Yeah, she just shower first. It's not an option to get married to a man and then turn around and say, "Oh, sorry, I'm not into sex anymore." I'm telling you, this girl's based.
Yep.
I'm all
no, the
for
based
it.
are the chicks who are letting their husbands do this shit. They're the based ones.
Well, I think that they're less I think it's less based and more like they buy into it.
You got it.
I mean, it's either one of the two. It's either the girl's just like down with the guy banging a prostitute, in which case she also wouldn't be mad with him banging a prostitute.
Yeah.
Or she believes the bullshit. Like, I don't think that there's a, you know what I mean, in between.
And she just needs it just packaged differently.
Yeah, I think this is all about like, it's all about sales. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get her foot in the door. And because the guy's not saying like, hey, why don't we switch from therapy for a little bit so I can blow your husband? She goes, why don't we continue therapy? You've already sold them on the therapy. It's like, why don't we just sell them on more therapy?
Right. I wonder if the first like appointment has sex in it, or maybe that comes later, and that's how they ease you in, or is it just like sex right out the gate?
I wonder if you go in and she's just
like, is the wife coming with you?
Sometimes the guy does solo sessions. It says
that's fucking nuts. She goes, really into therapy lately. Really big therapy guy.
Yeah, exactly.